only time that I've ever been to church is when a lady's made me go. I've never once. Have you ever went to church?
You got pussy whipped into church?
Yes.
That's hilarious. You got pussy whipped into the Lord.
Yeah.
Pussy's so wild, I be going to church and shit. Man, y'all ever had that pussy got you so crazy you be singing hymns and shit?
It's like I've never once been like, let's go to church. It's always been a lady that's made
Pussy
me.
got me praying.
My dad didn't make me go to church. My mom did.
Oh, your dad's pussy sucks.
Whatever. Hello.
Welcome to the Triple F podcast.
Triple F podcast. The F stands for
Finance.
Finance. We're finance.
Welcome
This is
to
financial.
the finance podcast.
Well, it's kind of like the Lil Wayne thing. Like, don't forget the F around me. You know, Weezy
Yeah.
F baby, and the F is for
Here's some financial
finance.
advice. There's no debtor's prison in America. Max out all your credit cards and claim bankruptcy and just keep living life.
Yeah, but then you can't get a loan, right?
Also, doesn't credit card debt not exist in other countries?
Also, let's not let Jeff give advice about bankruptcy again, because he was extremely factually
I am right
incorrect.
about this. Being in debt, you can't go to jail for it.
No, true.
So
I mean, I have
you're
a
good.
hospital bill that I haven't paid, and my credit score is like a 790. Like,
Yeah, you're fine.
I read that they don't report it most of the time.
medical debt doesn't affect credit.
It's in collections. Like, they've called me. They actually haven't called me in a while because I never respond.
I had the same thing. I went to an urgent care. They said they took my insurance, and then like 3 months later, they're like, "Actually, you owe us $100," and I was like, "Charge us to the game."
Yeah.
You're not getting that.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
I always go to urgent cares. I've lived in Florida for 6 years. I've never gotten a primary doctor.
I owe $870 to the fucking Florida State Turnpike.
Really?
Yeah, I owe a lot
They
of
actually
money.
will come for you for that.
Oh, come get me.
Though you will get your driver's license suspended.
No.
Yeah.
Your driver's license might be suspended.
It might be suspended,
Your
dude.
driver's license being suspended is one of those things you only find out when
When you
it's
get-
too fucking
Yeah.
late. Yeah.
Nah. I got a new driver's license recently. They didn't say anything. So
Did you have to go to the
Is it
DMV?
because you sweet talked the black lady at the DMV?
yeah, it is actually. And she said, "Boy, you better stop.
Boy,
Boy, you better stop. Boy,
Come
you
see us live."
Oh,
Nah,
man.
but I do owe the Turnpike a lot of fucking money, and my lady has way more anxiety about it than me. She's like, "You have to do something about this." I'm like, "No, I don't."
You
Well, here's the
kind of
thing.
do, though. That's
Here's
a
the
legal
thing,
thing.
babe. I can't.
Yes, that's another thing. yeah.
Financially speaking, incapable.
Yeah, $870 is so much money for me right
That's
now.
That's so
Crazy,
much
dude.
money in general.
I was watching a TikTok today, and it was these two hot girls doing street interviews, right? And it
Yeah.
was them walking up. They walked up to
the
this
worst
guy.
kind of content.
Yeah, the worst. I hate.
Yeah.
I hate that.
What
kind of
song are you
interview.
listening to right now?
Yeah, it's
What's
and
a red flag in a girl? Dude, kill yourself.
It's these two girls, and they went up to this dude, not a good-looking guy, and were like $1,000 right now or a threesome with us. And they were like hot. They were like Instagram model, like hot.
Sure, yeah.
And in my head, I went not even fucking close. $1,000.
$1,000.
Not
100%.
even remotely close to being an option of not taking $1,000.
Yeah.
And then he just butt fucked her in the street.
Yeah.
They were just
And
like,
then he
all
took
right.
off his fucking Pikachu onesie and butt fucked her in the street.
Nice. Oh, it's Halloween. Or he was
Probably
just
not. He
autistic?
was just one of those
He,
guys.
he just had his hair dyed
The
blue.
video's
he's
from
one of-
July.
Yeah.
The video. He's on Santa
Dude,
Monica Boulevard.
I
in June.
drove delivery dudes on South Beach, and boy, oh boy, was the South Beach Comic-Con the bane of my existence. It shut down traffic. My boss was calling me being like, "Where are you at with those orders?" I'm like, "I fucking Pikachu won't get out of the
Yeah.
road." It
There's-
was insane.
There's fucking 8 Squirtles in the road, and not the cool kind. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I thought about the other day? There's a vape store by my house to buy this, and when I went in there, it was like the day before Halloween, and the guy was in costume, and I was like, "Oh, what are you?" Just like being friendly, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a character from Naruto," and I was like, I was like, "Oh, Naruto, cool. I don't watch anime," and he was like, "Well, I'm not actually Naruto. I'm dude, baba. I'm Suji Khan or whatever." I'm like, and I had this thought of like, if I had the choice of, would you rather have a gay kid or an anime kid? It's gay kid, 100 out of 100
Well,
times.
yeah. I mean,
Oh my God. I would be so upset to have a straight kid who just is terrible at everything and loves anime is the worst.
I think the initial red flag started when he said Naruto and not Naruto.
Whatever the fuck. But
No,
I
I know.
like,
No, I'm on your side. I'm the gay kid or anime kid was kind of a weird ultimatum to give your hypothetical self.
No.
Because you should never care about having a gay kid.
And
No,
if he's
but
watching anime, he might.
But
He
I
is
get
gay.
what you're saying. I get the point
I would
you're
be
trying to
disappointed
make
if I had a gay kid.
You'd be disappointed?
I would still love him for sure, of course. But if you have a son, you're like, I want to like do sports with him. I want to enroll him in sports, and if he's not into that, I
You
would
don't
be
think
disappointed.
You can also have a nerdy son.
That's a weird overreach.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather have a gay kid than an anime son. 100%. At least he's like cool and fashionable.
Wait, why are we
But gay
thinking,
kids can
why
play football.
can't gay kids play sports?
They don't though.
Some
they
do.
don't. No.
There's a couple of NFL players.
Yeah.
There was one, and he didn't play.
He made it to the
Aaron
NFL,
Hernandez, dude.
Aaron Hernandez was
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
gay,
he was
bro.
definitely
gay.
Aaron
That was
Hernandez was so gay.
Aaron Hernandez or anime kid?
Aaron
Anime
Hernandez will not
kid.
cash out on that money, baby.
Dude, anime
Yeah, but he
kid.
might kill you. He
Yeah,
might
I
murder
don't
you.
know if it's crazy to be like, I want that money. You want your son to murder multiple people and then kill himself?
I mean, if I can get $15 million out of the deal, you know?
No.
There's people who do that. There's people who do that. There's people whose kids do that just from drunk driving. At least I can be like, I get $15 million out of this thing.
So wait, we're still playing.
Whoa.
No. Wait.
You get what I'm saying?
No. So you would
There is a
rather-
monetary
no,
value
no,
on
no,
somebody's
no,
life.
No.
Yeah. That's
you
what I think.
would rather get. You said the number is 15 million.
Yeah.
And have your son,
Mm-hmm.
your child,
Mhm.
who you love more than anything,
Your sweet baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
be not only a serial murderer. We won't say serial killer.
He didn't
He's
even
not a
serial
Dahmer.
murder. He there was
murdered.
one person.
He murdered more
No, he
than
murdered
one
like
person.
3.
Yeah, he murdered more than one person.
And he was like implicated in a lot.
Yeah, he's a serial murderer.
Do I know the people?
I'm not done with my ultimatum yet.
Okay.
A serial murderer, closeted homosexual,
The worst kind.
and kills himself, right? And didn't he kill himself?
Yes.
In prison, right?
Yes.
Kills himself. He also liked to read Harry Potter.
Ooh,
Pretty tough.
Boy, that's almost anime.
Not only is he those things, he's those things on the biggest streaming platform in the world. There's a 3-part documentary that you're mentioned in.
Okay.
Talking about how your son's a real piece of shit.
Talking
okay.
about-
and I get $15 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 5% points on the publishing of the Netflix
You're
show.
a piece of shit.
He was
You
going to
would-
do those. Your son could do that regardless.
Could. None of us have done it.
So
We still might.
you still could.
You're closeted.
Would you rather your son be those things
You're closeted.
or a
homosexual.
stand-up comedian?
Do I get $15
Stop
million out of
saying
the
I'm
son?
closeted over and over. Like I didn't ignore it on
You're a
purpose.
closeted homosexual.
I'm not a closeted homosexual.
He's
I'm
pretty open about
I'm
his-
pretty open about how gay I am.
True. Talk about how gay you are.
No, that's okay. That's not for the
This
pod.
podcast sucks, dude.
Why are you saying this podcast sucks? I think
We're having a good
fun.
time. I'm having a good time,
I'm
dude.
having
I
a
hate
good
that
alright
shit.
time.
I hate that. Being like, this podcast sucks. We were just having a
We
good
were having
conversation,
a
man.
fun time. We're having a goof, dude.
I can say it sucks, man. I have an opinion.
Your
Yeah.
I'm 1/3 of the Triple F
Your opinion
podcast.
fucking sucks.
That's
your
your
opinion is that
opinion.
you'd like to have a closeted murderous son as long as you can get a payday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a crazy take,
No.
right? Like it's not crazy.
You know
to-
what? It's
No.
a unique take, though. And
I don't think
respect
it's.
it.
I don't think it's I don't think it's that crazy. I think you'd be surprised what people do for money.
No, I'm not shocked that I think there are millions of people who would agree with you. I just think those are bad people.
I don't, dude. People kill people all the time.
Yeah, but how? Like,
And I
how-
get money. If somebody I don't know, okay, so somebody I don't know dies by my son.
Your
Three people.
attitude is very like, hey, man, players die every day. in these
Yeah, I
streets.
grew up
very,
on the-
It's very paid in full.
Yeah.
Die every day, B.
These
It's-
streets take
but
people
but
every
here's
day.
the thing: your son also dies.
Do I have another son in this scenario?
No,
if I have another
it
son-
doesn't matter.
You could
either
make
way.
another
I can make
son.
another
You
son.
can
Yeah, I
make
have
another
$15
son.
million. I can make fucking 10 of those kids.
I don't see how if statistics show anything, having money does not equal making kids.
Yeah,
the
if
poorest
anything,
people make
if
a lot of
anything, it's
them.
the
That's the-
inverse.
Yes.
Well, that's That's an actual serious issue if we want to talk
Yeah,
about
it is. And
birth
we don't want to
control.
get into it 'cause my bleeding
Access
heart
to-
liberal will come out very quickly.
The access to birth control.
So wait, but what you're saying is the odds.
Okay, so have you ever been presented with those situations like you see them on the internet, and it's like you get a button, and if you press the button, a random person will die, but you'll get $2 million. Have you seen those situations?
I'm
hitting that button
No, but
25
but
times.
That's different.
I'm
That's
hitting that
so
button
much
25
different than the scenario I just laid out for you. We can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different,
Multiple people die, including your son,
I hit
and
that
then it all gets televised for millions and millions.
and
of
I get
people.
$15 million.
Or you could just have a son and take the odds that he's not a serial murderer, closeted homosexual, Harry Potter fan, and eventual suicide victim.
But does he get?
Those things were all out of whack. It was like serial killer, closeted homosexual. Like, it's 2022. Just come out. It's fine.
No,
Harry Potter fan, not a big deal at all. Commit suicide, real big deal. Like, I like how
those
you
were in
lined
no
those
particular
up.
order.
As long as I get $15 million at the end of the day.
So you would rather have $15 million and a dead son than have the money that you could make and have a son who more than likely will live out a full life?
But does he have $15 million?
No.
I want $15 million.
I'm
Goddamn
more
it.
concerned about the closeted homosexual.
You're
think
the one who said you didn't want a gay son like 10 minutes
That's
ago.
what I'm saying.
I'm not. Oh, you're saying you're worried about it.
Yes.
You're not worried that I said it.
Yeah.
I said it more so because it's all being broadcast on Netflix. So it's like, here's how troubled your son
As
is.
long as
You
no
have
one's
to deal
calling my
with
son
that.
gay, I'm okay with it.
You know what? Danny actually had a really funny joke. He was basically like about that when it came out. It was basically like the whole Aaron Hernandez docuseries was like, "You're not gay. I'm fucking gay. No, you're gay. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gay. Bang, 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 bang. I'm gonna go read Harry Potter." That was the whole joke, and it was hilarious. It never did that well, but it was hilarious.
It is very funny to drag.
That was the whole
To
thing.
drag a dead man's name through the mud and be like, yeah, he killed himself. He killed multiple people. Also, since we're shitting on this guy, also kind of a fucking homo.
Might have
too.
been
we did,
dead.
dude.
No
had-
proof.
This is a repeat conversation we've had.
We've had this before.
Yeah, because I
Oh.
made the exact same, almost similar joke that Jeff just did.
Okay.
And I just had
this whole
flashbacks.
thing hasn't been a repeat, right? Just that little part?
Just that little part.
Okay, good. Because I don't remember finding out that you were a complete sociopath who's only motivated by financial gain.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I feel like I
No,
would've
why
known
would
that.
I?
You know, it's even crazier to find that out, and then you're doing comedy.
Yeah.
I'm an empath.
You're like, oh, no, you're not.
No, that doesn't
You
track.
just said you'd be totally fine with 3 people dying, including your son.
Don't just throw
if you
words.
could get, yeah, if you could get $15 million, and then you're like, I'm an empath. Oh, you read a white girl's Instagram post today? You're trying to use their words? Enough.
I'm a
Live, laugh,
Scorpio.
love. I actually am a Pisces. That's what I am.
I don't know what I am.
I'm a Capricorn. You know what you
I
are.
You know what
don't.
you are.
I
You
don't.
know what you are. Even
I
if you
don't.
don't.
I don't.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
don't
know what
believe
I
you.
am. I was
I
born
don't.
in October. What is that?
Well, it depends on what the actual.
The thing is I've looked. I've
does.
I've looked
your
it up,
eyes when
and
you
then like I never remember. Like I don't know what I
Okay,
am.
I believe you.
Pisces
October
is a
14.
fish,
What
right?
is that?
I think it's dumb. Yeah, Pisces is a fish. I don't
What
know
a,
anything
what a
about
du-
this.
Yeah, what a horrible
Dude,
one to have.
I have friends, and I love them a lot, but
gonna
they
Google it.
anytime they go anywhere, they have a tarot deck on them.
yeah,
and they will
yeah,
do
that's a certain type
on
of.
them?
They will do. On
That's a
them.
type
And
of
they're-
girl.
They're ladies. So
Yeah,
they
that's
have
a type
bag.
of girl.
Oh,
So they will do readings.
that makes sense. They're
Every
dumb.
single day. Like, we'll be at Howley's. We'll be at the fucking diner, and they'll be doing readings on the table. And I'm like, if you do these every single day, there is zero significance to what you think these cards are. You're just drawing a certain amount of vague things, and then going, this is how it could apply to my life. I'll see what it is tomorrow again. There's no significance.
I'm a Libra.
You're a Libra.
Oh, that
means
explains
nothing
so
to me. None
much.
of this means anything.
That explains
What is a
so
Libra?
much. It's like a zebra, but with an L.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's a lion.
Ooh.
I think.
You know what? I'm into it now. I'm a lion.
You're a lion.
I'm a fish, dude.
From a little otter to a big lion. I think you would be an otter, right? Like if we're going gay subcategories of male.
What's an otter?
I think you might actually be like a bear cub.
What?
I think he just kind of looks like an otter. Like now that you say that, I kind of see an otter when you say that.
Do you
Fuck
look,
you guys,
Dude, if I wasn't if
No,
I was
I didn't say that
I
because you
would
look
be-
like an otter.
I would be
There
an
are-
ostrich.
Are
if I was
otters
an animal.
tops?
We're not.
I'm a top.
You can
I'm a
be.
top.
You can be any class of this
What-
without it being top or
What
bottom. We're not talking about. I'm in the middle of something. Do not start a thing about what animal we think we would be.
I'm an ostrich.
Shut up. I'm still talking about something else. Why would you be an ostrich, too?
'Cause I
That
look
makes
like one.
No sense.
Yeah.
Does he look like an ostrich?
You look like a beaver, dude.
I don't look like a beaver. That's
No.
mean.
No, you're a beaver.
Just because Josh said you look like an otter. Now, I'm saying otter because there are body types and specific things
I don't like
that
where this is
make-
going. This is hurtful.
I haven't said anything about it yet.
What's an otter?
I think an otter would be. I think an otter is like a smaller, hairy man.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like the truth? You are hairy. Look at you right now,
Yeah.
and you're a smaller man.
I'm average height. I'm above average height.
What? What? How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
To be fair, I don't have a very
that
good
above
judge
average?
of like
Average
what.
is 5'8". I'm a good inch above it.
All right, we'll give you that one.
Good inch above it.
Yeah, let him have one.
I got told I was a queen in treatment by a gay man, Todd, who won Survivor China.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went to rehab with him.
What an interesting life that guy leads.
Oh, it's very interesting. He's been to rehab a lot. He's also been on Dr. Phil multiple times.
Nice.
And,
That's sick.
I know a
Does
lot.
he know Catch Me Outside?
Have I ever talked about how many people I know in my life that were on Dr. Phil?
No. No.
Oh, dude, I dated a girl who has a Dr. Phil episode.
Catch Me Outside?
Yes. Bad baby.
No way.
I dated her super recently. Like really recently. Like
No.
within the last 6 months.
Yeah, you're trying to do the age math.
I'm like, it wasn't. No, it was obviously not her. But yeah, I.
What do you mean obviously?
So
This could be my girlfriend.
It's obviously not her because Matt's white.
No, no.
It's obvious.
I was trying to
not
run
her.
your.
I know
Okay.
you were making a stretch of a bit.
Yeah, I
That
was
I
trying
don't
to
even
stretch.
do that often. But yeah. So the treatment center I went to at one point, like when drug addicts go on Dr. Phil, the whole wrap of the episode is that they go, "We're gonna send you." That's not Dr. Phil. We're gonna send you to treatment or whatever, and in the treatment center.
We're going to send you to treatment.
Yes, dude. Yeah. And the treatment center that they sent him to was the one I went to, like
I
coincidentally.
don't like the way you're talking to your mother.
Dude, that's actually
That sounds like Mr. Mackey from South Park.
Okay.
It does. It actually does. It's very similar though.
It is kinda similar, isn't it?
Dr. Phil is just Mr. Mackey with a slight Texas accent.
So
That he actually his character kind of embodies it too, like what he is. His holy shit, dude.
what I was saying.
You were talking about the celebrities that you've.
Oh, man, it's too late.
That you've had sex with?
They're
I don't
not
know. I lost track.
They're not celebrities. I haven't had sex.
I was
with
having fun
these
with Dr.
people.
You haven't had
boys.
sex with Todd?
No, I didn't have sex with Todd.
That'd be sick though.
Why not? That'd be cool. He
That would
won
be cool.
Survivor China, I heard.
He did.
You should have
I'm
sex with
Survivor
sure he
Chi-
has none of that money. Based on the condition he was in when I met him, I'm pretty positive he doesn't have any of that money left.
Oh, he won before rehab.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When he was on Dr. Phil, it was like a thing. It was like a
Can I
stunt
guess
of being like
he
won
was not a heroin
Survivor.
addict?
No, he was an alcoholic. Like a
Yeah.
alcoholic
Alcoholic or cocaine is
yeah.
more that lifestyle.
or meth. Meth is a big one. That
Gay
men get
Survivor
into.
winner, you're not doing heroin. You're on coke or you're drinking a lot.
No, it's more
meth.
often for gay men. More often than not, it's like meth.
Really?
Yeah. Makes
Yeah.
you horny.
Well, it's speed, and then they can like
They can
speed
dance.
makes you like horny as fuck,
Yeah.
and you can just fuck and like jerk off, and they just
And
get-
if you don't sleep, you see the shadow people, and then it's like a bunch of black guys are around. Then it's really naughty.
I've never thought about if the shadow people were black. I mean, obviously they're shadows, but like,
You think that's what Juice WRLD was talking about? He was on meth?
I mean, he was definitely tweaked out on drugs for sure.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Juice WRLD. Long live Takeoff.
R.I.P. Takeoff. Yeah, that's sad. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I just have like a bunch of people in my life who I can still just talk to who have like Dr. Phil episodes. One guy, dude, I went to treatment with this one guy. He was like a 35-year-old like wannabe actor. At one point had been a rapper. He rapped all the time, white dude.
Yeah.
And his Dr. Phil episode was him literally like in like a ninja costume with like plastic lightsabers on meth at his parents' house, just being like, yeah, like jumping jumping around in the backyard and like doing moves and shit. It was fucking crazy. It was so awesome.
I feel like there's a 50% chance if you're a white guy in recovery, you rapped at some point.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, of course. That's a very common cliche. He would rap all the time and freestyle and whatever. He would like make us listen to his songs. I took a friend who I actually still know today. He actually came to our Dania show one time to a meeting when he first got here, and he was like, "Yo, can I put a beat on?" And I thought he just meant a song, and then he put on an instrumental and freestyled for the entire 15-minute car ride.
Woof.
I went to an open mic like
Danny?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Danny, but Danny Fallon does love to freestyle.
He was at our Dania show, and boy, does he like to freestyle.
It's a nightmare. I don't want to hear any of you freestyle. I don't care.
You know what I think is sick? There's a TikTok account that does New York City freestyles, and they do like a thing where like people will join in and spit bars. It's actually cool.
But that sounds like they actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
These people.
Yeah, this is just
do
Danny
not-
in your car in the
Dude.
back seat when you're going to an open mic. Like, shut the fuck up. Dude.
Yeah, dude, I was in a car, I'm sure I've mentioned it, with him, Ryan Scott, and Dan
Yeah.
Casso, and they freestyled for like an hour. But I went to this like open mic at the Triangle Club where we did our show, like for like 2 months into comedy. It was hosted by a guy who was a recovery rapper.
Oh,
and
my
he
God.
did like a couple songs up top, like rapping. And then I did 2 months into comedy, I did 18 minutes.
Yeah, fuck
And
yeah.
I remember thinking I crushed it, and people were like, "You're great." Like an old guy was like, "You're meant for this," which actually, looking back on it, is like kind of cool. But I've watched the tape since, and boy, was I not
Dude.
good.
Of course not.
I did a show when I was like 4 months into comedy in some guy's basement for a private gig that I got another two comics booked me for. I did 25 minutes in a private basement at a private gig for like 8 people, and it was just me. And I listened back to that. I'm on a staircase. Everybody's sitting down at a couch and shit, and I'm just on the staircase like, that's the noise of turtles having sex.
Did you feel like you were doing?
Yo,
well,
I
though?
thought I crushed.
Yeah.
And they told me, you're great. And
Yeah.
then you listen back and you're like, what in the
Dude,
fuck was
private
that?
gigs like that are such a goddamn nightmare, just to be in somebody's fucking house
It's-
or like a backyard. Dude, I did a set one time in a backyard. Lalo got me it was like a birthday party. I show up, everybody there is in recovery, and I know them.
Oh,
it's like
fuck.
14 people. I perform from a fucking mic that the cord is probably 2 feet long, and I'm like bent over, and it's plugged into a literal boombox.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, anybody fly Spirit here? And they're all like, no.
Dude, I did Average
Terrible.
Joe's, and a dude that I went to high school with was there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like I used to play basketball with him after school and shit. Like we were cool. I haven't seen him in like years, but he was just like, "Oh shit, what up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm here to do comedy." And then he was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then
man.
I was literally like, they were like, "Hey, you're next." And I looked over, and he was like about to smoke a cigarette, like go outside. And I was like, "Good." And I went up there and I did my set, and I was like, "Yes." He didn't come back in.
Yeah.
God, I didn't want him to
I
see
hate
me.
that. Dude, I showed up to Dada like a couple weeks ago. I didn't end up going up, and 2 people I knew were in there eating. And I was like, no.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, I won't.
Dude.
Perform. Because it's like, especially at this point. Like,
Oh,
at
yeah,
this point,
yeah,
it's like,
it's-
I can
no.
do this in a club. I do it often. I'm good at this. No matter what happens, it will not look good in the corner of this restaurant at 11 o'clock at night.
Nope.
When
You
I
know?
when I first started, I remember one time my friend, this is like I'm 2 months in, and my friend's mom, we were drinking at his house, and his friend's mom had a bunch of people over, and we went into the backyard, and she had a fucking karaoke machine, and they were like, do your act, and I fucking did it.
Oh,
Because I was
God.
2 months in. I didn't realize how crazy that is.
Yeah, you
and
don't know.
And I was like, and they were like, this is all. And then I look back at it, and it's one of those things where I look back at, and I am so embarrassed.
You cringe.
I'm
Dude,
like, holy shit, that's insane.
I'm sure I've told this story. I went home for my birthday or for Christmas one year after I'd started comedy. I started in August, and this was December. So my friends were like, you do comedy, that's crazy. They were like, they kept doing tell us a joke. And I was only a couple months in, but I was still like, fuck you.
yeah.
And that feeling has only intensified, by the way.
Of course,
Do not
yeah.
ask me to tell a goddamn joke.
Oh, I was like that immediately. Just
Yeah.
tell me a joke.
no, fuck you.
I used to
No.
not be like that. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
And so I am standing by the back door, and then my buddy goes, hey, yada yada wants to talk to you, but he's outside smoking. And I walk outside. They shut the door behind me and lean up against it, and I walk out, and there's like 20. It was like a very full house party, so there were people inside, but there was like 20 to 25 people standing at the bottom of the steps, and they were like, do a joke. We're not letting you leave until you do a joke. And I had to do it. I just had to be like, my grandpa. Like I did like a
Yeah.
joke that I never do anymore.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Yikes.
And they all laughed really hard. And then, in looking back on it, it wasn't even a joke. It was the premise. I just
yeah.
did a premise, and then they all laughed, and then they let me free.
When you look back at the first type of things that you wrote, it's like one of those things where it's like, Jesus Christ, like what
Yeah.
is this? I had a whole thing where I built up like a 4-minute. I didn't understand how to write jokes. I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. But I built up a whole 3.5-minute, 4-minute story for a punchline. That was, I was involved in a chlamydia square. It's like a love triangle, except you add another person and more drips. And I wrote a 4-minute thing to set that up for that punchline. That was one of my first like acts.
Yeah.
And it's crazy when I look back at that because now it's like, what the fuck is that? I look back and I'm like, that's not even a joke, dude.
No.
It's insane.
I just have old bits that I look back on and I'm like, I can't believe you said this. This is crazy. Like, not like it's like unfunny, but it's like, you can't say this in public, buddy. This is
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the thing.
Like their dicks look like poop.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh
You
my
did that
God.
like not that long
he
ago.
did that
like a-
he did that like a month ago.
That joke was from like 6 months ago.
I know,
dude.
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy that I did that.
I will tell you something though. I was watching porn earlier today and
Mm-hmm.
thought about that joke.
It's a good joke.
It's not what I want to think about when I'm jerking off.
I want you to think about me when
Also,
you jerk off.
Is it a good joke?
Yes.
I don't know.
Is it a funny thought or is it a good joke? Because those are two different things.
I think it's. I'm not saying. I think you're very funny. I think that joke is crazy.
It's crazy. It's funny, but it's crazy. You can't do it.
because
It's
I've
crazy.
had to.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what you have to like separate. Is like, is this a funny thought? 100%. Is it a good joke?
I had. Yeah.
Not
Dude,
necessarily.
I had to
I'm
give
not
up-
even talking about you anymore. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like thoughts that I've had where I'm like, that's not a good joke. It's just a funny thing that you thought about that you should never tell anybody.
I did, dude.
Yeah,
for like.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
funny.
know.
It's funny. It's also like structured well. It's a good joke. It's just crazy.
That's
Yeah.
like my. That's like for like the first 2 months when I moved here. I used to do the joke that I tried to workshop about whether or not like every shooting should be considered a mass shooting. And then I would
Yeah,
turn to the
dude.
crowd and I would go bang, 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 bang.
Yes.
That's 10 right there. That's a massive number. 2, that's
remember.
not. And that was like.
I remember you working that joke out.
I worked
crazy.
I worked that out for like a month, and I was like, "Why is this not working?" It's like, because I think it's so funny. And then it's like, because it's psychotic, dude. You can't turn around and go bang, bang, bang.
For
bang.
some context, I don't know if everybody knows about the premise of your joke is that black dicks.
Oh,
When
his
they're-
Jeff's joke.
Yeah,
Come on.
when they're
yeah.
having anal, when they
if they
look like
zoom in too much on interracial anal, it looks like she's pooping.
that's it. I'm imagining a big pop at home for those folks.
Yeah.
Remember when I did the one about the Diva Cup about like
yeah,
about like it's just like a
That's
shot.
the most recent of all of these, by the way. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that
you're right.
was.
You're right. Dude, to be fair though,
To be
It
fair,
didn't
that
bomb.
joke didn't work because people just don't know what that is.
yeah, because I did it. So I did it at Brews Room, and then I did it at Arts Garage later that night. And there was a table of like 10 young people at Arts Garage, and they were like enjoying it because they knew what it was. The old people were like, falling asleep in their cottage cheese, but they were like, it was fine. I've never done it since that night though.
Uh-huh.
'Cause
There
you
are.
do it-
It's weird how sometimes I'll let one night dictate whether or not I'll say a joke ever again, which
Yeah.
isn't right, but that's
Yeah.
how I
Yeah,
do.
but sometimes you do their dicks look like poop and it crushes and you're like, this is a great joke. And then you do it like 3 or 4 more times and you're like, I look crazy.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
do this.
100%.
yeah.
That's the worst, dude. That is the worst feeling when you do a joke the first time and it works well and you're like, oh, fuck yeah. Because, like, I can't explain to people who don't do comedy how it feels to have a funny idea, be like, this could be a joke, do it, and then the first time you already have structure, it works, and it like is good, and now it's like, oh, just fine tune and make this a good joke. That feels so fucking good to be like, I have another minute or
Yeah,
2
yeah, yeah.
minutes. That's funny. And
I-
then you do it another time and it
And it-
doesn't work, and then you're like, well, it worked that one time. It's probably maybe it's just the room or my delivery, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and
Yeah.
then you're like, does this joke just not fucking
Yeah.
work?
That's
and
how-
it doesn't. It's the worst.
I had a bit about like I don't want to look racist, but I have questions. And the first time I did it,
crazy lead up. I love that.
but it worked. It was just about how like my building is just like all Pakistani families, but me.
Yeah.
And it was just like I don't want to seem like I'm mad about it, but it's curious, it's interesting, like why all of you in this building, and like the first time I did it, murdered, and I did it twice. I did it at 2 different mics, and it crushed. And then I was like, great, this is a new bit that works. I like it.
Yeah.
Has not worked since, and I can't figure out why.
Yeah, I wonder.
It's a good bit. Fuck you.
That is fine. I had a joke about flying with a knife that I thought was great, and a couple rooms thought were great, and then I just kept trying to do it, and it was just like, nope, don't do it. Very similar to your Pakistani bit, flying with weapons and all.
Yeah, they do that.
They turned the plane into a weapon.
We're back.
Planes.
So 9/11.
It
You
is
guys
crazy.
remember where you were during 9/11?
Yeah, I did.
Have we talked about this?
I
I was
broke
in
my arm.
I was in class.
Oh, yeah, you broke your arm. You were in class. I don't remember. I wasn't at school for some reason.
I remember.
Probably
'Cause your
'cause my
mom
parents
knew.
Was in on
Yeah,
it.
they were
Yeah,
in
dude,
on
they
it,
fuck-
My
what do
mom
you
did work
fucking
for
know?
the government. It was the local
Matthew
Oklahoma government.
Rosenstein. I knew it, dude.
Wait, with the Jews? Also, Ross is already a Jewish last name.
Israel. Yeah. Look it up.
What?
Look it up.
That's not any of the conspiracies that I've seen. I've never seen the conspiracy that's like, have we ever considered that 9/11 might have just been the Jews?
It was Israel.
I've never read that.
It was Israel.
I'm also
Israel
still-
sent the Pakistanis
I'm going to be
to
honest.
flight school. Yes.
I'm still coming to terms with the fact that Israel is full of Jews.
What?
Listen, I understand. I get it. But when I
I'm
think
with you.
of it, right? Like, so I think of, here's the thing. I
think if this is,
knew
It's-
maybe.
never, I'm not
the
gonna.
Mecca.
Just wait. I know that now. I'm more educated now. I grew up in Catholic schools. I also grew up in Oklahoma. I've known maybe 2 Jews my entire life. And then I moved to Florida. And Jews are these people who come down during the winter.
Like roaches.
Like roaches. They just infest your fucking... And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being Jewish, but the way they travel down here in the best time of the year, they ruin the best part of Florida, which is that winter is 70 degrees every single day.
Yeah, and that's
so-
ruined when there's Jews around.
So that was, and that's ruined when the Jews are there. And I mean, how am I?
Wait till I get my money right.
Shalom.
Holy fuck, dude!
But-
I'm probably gonna have to.
But no, dude, no, don't cut this.
Actually,
I
clip
don't
that.
hate the Jews.
Clip
I
that,
don't
actually. That's
hate
funny.
the Jews. It's just like, get out of my fucking state. No.
Women, get out of my country.
Women, get out of my country. No, the whole point to this whole crazy rant that I don't think you need to cut, but I won't be mad if you do, is that my experience with Jews has been since I moved here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all New York, New Jersey, Northeastern Jews. That's just where I associate Jewish people coming from. I've never thought about the fact that they had to originate from somewhere else, which is Israel. When I think of Israel, I think of Middle Eastern people. That's just what comes into my head. It's like when I think of any other geographical, if I think of Europe, I think of white people. Like, I just think of a stereotype, basically. Russians. Vodka, jumpsuit, white people. Like, that's what I think. Like, that's just what I think. So I've never...
That's crazy.
So all right, this week's episode of Triple F is brought to you by FieldSeats.com. Field Seats is an e-commerce website where they review firearms. So the deal with Field Seats is you pay for the review. There's different scales. Some start at 25, some go up to 60. They review guns, and then at the end, you get the opportunity, it's about 1 in 35, to win the gun that they're reviewing. You could get a free firearm for watching this review. So make sure you check that out. That's fieldseats.com. Use the promo code FFF. You'll receive 10% off of the review that you're purchasing. Again, that is fieldseats.com. Promo code FFF.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, what's more American than winning a fucking firearm, bro?
Support the boys. They're a veteran-owned company.
Veteran-owned company. You could win a Glock. You could win a Galil.
A Galil, dude. The Call of Duty weapon.
If you've ever played Call of Duty, It could be real life. I mean, you don't have to go to war, but you could be ready for it. And all you have to do is go to fieldseats.com and use the promo code FFF.
Are you ready for the impending civil war? If not, go to fieldseats.com, use promo code FFF, and get 10% off the safety of your family.
Is that crazy? Honestly, though, when you say Africa, the first thing that pops into my head is Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Don't
and
try to
that's
save
South
it like
Africa.
that.
No, I'm serious.
What comes into
That's-
my head is actually a very dignified leader. That's what
No,
comes
I
into my
just,
head.
I mean, it's crazy that he
Have you
died
seen
in
that-
prison back
have
in
you
the
seen
day,
that-
but
He didn't die in prison.
so you say. That's what the whole Mandela effect is. You've heard of the Mandela effect, surely.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've talked about it on
The
here.
Berenstein Bears.
The Berenstein Bears, so like all that. Like there's a like Kazam and Shazam. Like everybody thinks there's a movie where Sinbad plays a genie. I personally was one of those people. That movie doesn't exist. The reason it's called the Mandela effect is because there's a super large population of the world that specifically remembers Nelson Mandela dying while he was in prison. So much so that they like remember watching the funeral on TV. And then it's like, obviously that's not like in my reality that I live in, he didn't. He got out, and then, apartheid, all that, whatever happened after that.
Yeah, apartheid or whatever.
Kazam and Shazam.
Kazam was cool. Shaq was a genie.
Yeah, that's what the thing
that
is.
shit was tight.
What are I have? I'm not kidding. I don't know. I have no idea what this whole conversation has been.
Okay,
This
so
this
the
man.
Mandela.
So the Mandela effect is basically that the theory really,
There
if
was
you
a
get
split
down
in the
to it,
multiverse.
is that there's like different universes and people kind of go in and out of the realities. But basically,
I don't like
it's
this.
like there's all sorts of things. But there's like what is it? The Berenstein Bears. Everybody
Yeah.
remembers that's like a cartoon from back in the day. Everybody
book
remembers
series.
it being Berenstein Bears. It's actually Berenstain Bears.
With
and then
an A, but everyone
with-
remembers it with an E.
with an E. Looney Tunes. Everybody remembers it spelled one way, but it was actually spelled a different way.
LOONEY.
Yeah, I forget.
No, the tunes.
The tunes part. I forget which.
TUNES.
No, it's
TUNES.
TOONS.
The
Tunes.
whole point that I'm
What?
trying to explain is that people remember things and they have it in their head. Like Kazam and Shazam is one of them, right? Is it Kazam that Shaq is in?
Yeah,
you
Kazam's
know
a
that
real
movie,
movie.
right?
I don't
Where
know.
Shaq plays a genie,
Okay.
and then there's a
for the little boy that was in Indian in a Cupboard.
Yes, there's a bunch of people, myself included. When this was presented to me, it broke my brain because a patient at the place I worked at was reading about it, and they were like, "Have you heard the Mandela effect?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Do you remember the movie Shazam?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Not the one with Shaq." And I was like, "No, the one with Sinbad." And he literally went, "That never existed." And I was like, "What?" Like I freaked out.
I don't
Yeah.
even know. I don't even know this reference either.
Well, it doesn't. You don't need to know the reference.
Right.
I'm just trying
It's
to
just the
explain
idea
what the
of-
effect
Yeah,
right,
there's
right,
there's like a collective conscious of people who like all remember one thing, and then
The
we're
ex-
all finding out like, yeah, that thing that we all remember wasn't a
The
So
thing.
it would be like if right now if we
wait,
learned
the
Drake
mon-
and
the
sorry.
Monopoly Man.
Yeah.
Describe his outfit.
Okay, he's in a tuxedo, top hat. He's got a monocle, a mustache.
He doesn't have a monocle.
He's never had a monocle.
He's never
At
had
any
a monocle.
point has he had a monocle.
What, dude?
Exactly.
I don't like this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He's never had a monocle.
Welcome
It's
to the other
Pringles guy
side.
does.
It's things like
The
that.
Pringles guy does.
Well, see, and that's the thing is there's a
used
lot
to.
of explanations for some of them. Like the fact, like so the thing with Shazam and Kazam is the VHS of Kazam, the real movie, had a preview for a movie that Sinbad was in, which I think is where that stuff comes from. But it's called the Mandela effect because, like I said earlier, a lot of people remember Mandela dying in prison to the point where they remember watching his funeral on TV. That's fucking crazy.
That is insane.
It's wild.
You know Princess Diana's still alive?
Mom.
My mom cried when Princess Diana died. She loved the Queen and all that shit.
Damn, that's
Dude,
good.
my mom is so into that shit too.
My grandma lived in England and grew up in England.
That's so gay.
Dude, how crazy is it
That's
Blake?
not, that's not gay.
how-
That's
gay.
weird.
How crazy is it that Blake Woodrow's mom is British? Have you heard her talk? She was at
Why is that? Wait, but why is that crazy?
because
Yeah,
he
why is that
talks
crazy?
normal, and then his mom's
he
got a
was born-
full-on
he
accent.
Where was
born
he grown
here.
up? Where did he grow up?
He grew up here.
No, he didn't.
My mom.
I
My
have no
mom
idea.
talks normal. My grand talks with an accent.
It's wild to me though.
It's the same thing. My grand's is a little toned down, but it's an English
I
British
met
accent.
Blake's mom, and she was talking to me, and I thought she was running a bit or something for the first like 20 seconds. I
No.
was like,
You think
this
his mom's also a comic?
Well, I didn't know. I was like, this is a good bit.
It runs
and then
in
she
the
was all of a
family.
sudden like, not. Then she just didn't. And I was like, oh, you're from somewhere. And then, but you can't say it like
And
that.
she was like, "Oh, what tipped you off, genius?"
Yeah, exactly. I am kind of blown away that you're like, did you know that Blake and his mom don't have the same accent? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
My mom talks normal. My grandma had a thick Scottish accent. It's just
Yeah.
normal.
I guess it's just hard. I don't know. I'm just an American through and through. So and
you
nobody in
really
my
are,
family.
dude. I mean, none of
Yeah.
us really are, but you are.
Yeah, you are American as fuck, which is why I like you.
It's like
You're
7.
American as fuck, except you look like every Irish person to ever exist because you're Irish, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty
Scottish.
American, though.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that we're like, I'm American? I'm 90% Irish, though.
Yeah, but I am American because I bleed red, white, and blue, and I love this country more than anything in the world.
Yeah, I taught him how to do it, baby.
Josh
Drop the
taught us how
thumb.
to salute last night while we
Mhm.
were all bombing in Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck Miami.
I don't know if I've said it on this podcast. I know I've said it ad nauseum in my personal life, but doing comedy in Miami is a fucking nightmare. The people there are stupid. The people there are vapid. They don't give a fuck about comedy. If you can manage to wrangle any amount of them into a show, they will make you wish it was an empty room. It is a fucking nightmare. The only salvation is the improv, and even then, sometimes it's bad.
Yep. Speaking of which, we'll be there soon.
Yeah, I don't have a date, but we will. And we'll be in Arizona sometime in January, more than likely.
So if you're out there, if you're one of those weird, freaky desert people, come on out.
Dude, you know it's it's wild to me. When we were driving through Florida to go to New Orleans, and we were going through these little towns that are just like in the middle of the Everglade type things, and there's just like five
It's
houses.
not the Everglades.
Whatever.
But
It's-
yeah.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, there's
It's just
5
Florida
houses,
swampland,
and it's just
yeah.
like you live here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's like when we stopped on the way back from Alabama at that tiny town and ate at the saddest Ruby Tuesdays that's ever existed. It was so sad. It ruined my day.
I think
And
about
it's-
that lady constantly.
That was eating the steak.
Yes,
and
there
the
was just this
salad
there was
behind
just
us.
this woman
Ugh.
who had on her plate. This is a Ruby Tuesdays in the middle of nowhere. This woman is eating just a watermelon, a slice of watermelon from the fucking salad bar, and then like a steak, and she's just eating it so slow by herself on like a Sunday at like noon.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
that was her big day out
And
for
then
that
she
month.
used to go to Ruby Tuesdays every Sunday with her husband. Her husband passed, and she's keeping the tradition alive.
God, that makes
And
it
it's
so
even
much more sad.
sadder.
Stop.
And maybe her
dude.
son fucking hates her and like has escaped
Yeah.
and
Or he blames her for his
Escape.
death.
yeah, because she's
Oh,
yeah.
like escaped like the town. that
Yeah.
they live
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's
Or he
just
can't
weird.
look. She can't look at her son anymore
'Cause she sees her father.
She sees her.
Yeah,
her
the father.
husband.
Yeah.
So she just prefers to eat alone in her sadness.
And then, dude, she looked like she like owned horses, if that makes sense. That's like her
Yeah.
vibes.
She did. Well, that whole area seemed that way.
I fantasize about like. Remember when we stopped at? I told you this when we were on our way to New Orleans, but when we stopped off at this random gas station in like the middle of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
I always like those types of towns where like the gas station is like the meetup spot.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a half restaurant in the gas station
Yes.
with like
It's like
arcade
a Subway
games.
or like a
Yeah. Like a little chicken spot, and like there's
Yes.
like arcade games. Like, oh, this is where like you take a date if you live in this city. I've always fantasized about like winning a lot of money and then moving to a place like that and then just being the king. Like just building like a fucking 12-bedroom mansion and just like driving a Lamborghini around that town.
Dude, just shitting on.
But
and just
here's-
being the best, like
Dude.
taking all of their wives.
You know
Yeah,
what this
yeah.
sounds like, though? I like where your fantasy's going. It sounds like the beginning of a horror movie where you do that, and then the town starts fucking with you, and they turn on you. And you wake up, and your dog is dead in the middle of the hallway. And every single morning, your Ferrari tires are flat, but they're run flats, so it's not a big
Well, guess
deal.
what?
And
This
then-
isn't a fucking movie where ghosts and shit exist. I'm gonna have that shit security cameras and everything, and
I'm
I'm gonna
not
have a
talking
lot of
about-
ammo.
I'm not talking about ghosts.
I know.
I'm talking about the people who live in that town. And if you think a town like that doesn't have a goddamn lot of ammo, you're wrong, buddy.
Yeah,
you
but
better
if you
get an
come onto my
artillery.
property, I'm gonna have some fucking weaponry and cameras, and I'm rich at this point, so I can have night vision goggles and all sorts
Do
of
a
shit.
Scarface amount of fucking cocaine
Jeff's
right
out
before
there
you go
just
out
in
there.
night vision goggles, just hunting the locals.
Dude,
yeah, yeah. Honestly, that I'd like to hunt locals.
I do feel like you could get away with it easier.
I wanna
in a place.
hunt
Like where were we?
people.
We were in like it was called like it wasn't Braidtown, was it?
It was
somewhere,
like
weird.
Ashley Bridge, Florida.
Yeah, it was like a place
crazy.
that's literally named after the bridge that you have to drive over to get to.
It was
like
nuts.
It was wild. There's one church, everyone goes
Yeah.
there. There's one like the
lady at the gas
station
station was so happy. She was like, "How are you guys doing?"
Oh, y'all want some fried chicken? I made it myself 3 days ago. Ain't nobody touched it. Like that's like the whole. They're so pumped.
I wash
Yeah.
my hands after touching
Yeah.
it.
It's like, you boys look skinny. You need to put some meat on your bones.
I love that Southern woman.
Yeah, I do too.
Those Southern women and
I don't-
Italian moms who are like, you need to eat.
Every time I've seen those,
Right?
those southern moms are secretly bad people though. Every one of them
They're just a little homophobic.
they're mean, dude.
In what way?
In what way? My friend,
I
I have.
didn't say that in an accent, did I?
Yeah, you did.
I just said in what way?
That sounds like an accent,
This is just me talking softly.
which sounds southern.
It is a little bit.
It is a little. I'm not
It
gonna
is-
lie to you.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
to
have
you.
a one of my,
I ain't gonna pull your strings.
Hey, honey, I'm not gonna.
I don't-
I'm not gonna pull your leg here.
I think that
You
I
look
think
a little
people,
skinny,
I
baby.
think
Let me
people
make
from the
you a
South they're
pie.
fake nice. I think people in the Midwest are actually nice.
No,
I think there's a difference.
No.
I do. I've been to Texas enough to realize this. I do think this.
I think that you're wrong and stupid. I'm just kidding. I don't think that you're totally wrong, but I don't think Southerners are.
I feel like if my
mean
car
as
breaks
a-
down in Nebraska and some guy pulls over to help me, I feel like that is less scary than if I break down in like Louisiana and a guy pulls over. Because if I'm breaking down in like
that's- those are
Louisiana,
different
but
people,
those aren't
dude.
Southern people. Those are swamp people.
Those
okay,
are
well if I
swamp
go
people, those are
if we go
Cajuns, and you don't
Alabama,
know
Those are
none of
the
that.
Cajuns.
same
That's
thing.
voodoo folk.
But I don't know if I've had plenty of interaction with Midwestern people. Oklahoma is like the perfect in between because like the cities are Midwestern people. Like they're people that have moved from there. Like they're like Oklahoma City was their big move from like Des Moines or wherever. No,
Yeah.
Des Moines is a big city.
Yeah.
But like either way, but then
It
we
bish.
have the people who are like Southerners, like out in like they grow up on a farm,
Yeah,
they milk
yeah.
cows, like they do all that shit. I think it's kind of the same. They just have different accents.
If a guy pulls up and I'm in Nebraska in a beat up truck that's like from the 80s, I'm thinking this guy's gonna help me. If I'm in Texas, I'm thinking I'm gonna be honest in this guy's fucking well at the end of the night.
Where is this thought process coming from is what I'm curious
I'm just scared of people from the South.
yeah, I'm just scared of people who talk different.
Yeah.
That's his whole. I think that's what we just broke it down to.
Yeah, maybe.
Jeff talking to accent, freak him out.
Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
I hate country music.
I hate.
I can go
country
lower.
music.
You want to hear me do it really?
Let's get.
Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
Damn, dude.
I'm
that's-
good, dude.
It's okay.
Can you sing well?
Yeah.
No.
Let's hear it.
No.
No, I'm
Let's
not gonna
hear it,
sing.
dude.
I'm not gonna
Sing, dude.
I can't
You-
sing well, yes, but I'm not going to. I have very
That's-
good vocals.
No, that's a cop out. That's a cop out.
bullshit.
Do you want to hear me try to?
I
sing?
understand that
No.
you didn't bring it up, but it is crazy to be like, no, I sing very well.
I can't sing
No,
well.
I will not.
I have a
do
good
it.
voice.
Then do it.
But do like you.
No, I'm not going to.
You have to prove
I'm
it.
not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
Close your eyes. Give
sometimes-
me your hug.
Bro, you ever in the car listening to the song and you think you're hitting a note and then somebody calls you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or like you unplug your phone and
you
all of a
hear
sudden
your
you're
voice?
like, ah! And you're like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You're like, shit. Dude, nothing will make you feel less cool than when you're driving, like rapping along to a song and then you have to be like, shit. Stand on the brake.
Or when you look
And
over
that-
and somebody's looking at
that-
you and you're like, nope, nope,
Dude,
nope.
that moment where you have to slam the brakes and swerve and Lil Wayne is still playing and then you have to come back and just be like, Wheezy F, baby. Like, it's the most humbling experience. Like, it's so hard to feel cool.
Or when I'm getting ready, this happens to me all the time where I'll have my AirPods in and I'm working out and I'm like getting ready and like getting like to the part of the song where I'm like, I'm going to fucking hit this song right when it gets. And then as I'm getting there, it'll get my text message to be like, Ariel says, make sure you pick up the milk from the grocery store.
If my
And I'm
phone rings during like, bro, if I'm hitting some Griselda and I'm just rapping my ass off and like my phone rings, I'm like, what the fuck do you want?
yeah.
It's your mom. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is your problem?
If you ever, this is for anybody who might be, if you ever call me and I'm very short with you, it's because I was jamming and you ruined it.
Or just because that's how Jeff is most of the time. Honestly.
Yeah. Also, I'm not a great person, and I'm depressed.
Yeah.
But it's
I
also.
think it's mostly the depression. I think you're a fine person.
My dad's been calling me after
I
every
can't
single.
sing, you piece of shit.
I don't believe you. I don't.
I can.
My dad's been calling me after every single Minnesota Vikings victory.
This fucking rocks,
Which
dude.
is, and then it's always like he waits till it's like 11:30 our time, so like 10:30, because my mom goes to bed, so then he can say what he actually wants to say, because he'll put the phone in the kitchen and she'll every time he starts talking she'll be like Michael, and so he waits till she goes.
What
to
Waits
bed.
for her to go to bed so he can be like, say what you want about them. They are fast.
Yeah, exactly,
Crazy.
dude.
He'll call me and he'll be like, he'll be chopped out of his mind, and I can just tell. He'll be like, because
Look, I don't think their
I thought he
lives
stopped
matter,
drinking.
but they can catch a
what?
ball.
He stopped drinking, so he gets high. So it's like a
you
different
said
type.
chopped?
Yeah,
That's not a thing.
yeah,
Getting chopped?
Yeah.
Like meaning high?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
you've never heard that?
You've
No.
made that up.
That's not. That's what I've said growing up my whole life.
Chopped like the cooking show?
Yeah, he's real chopped. You've never heard that?
No.
That's a lingo.
Never
I've
in my
definitely
life.
used that for
If
I've
it's
years.
heard-
not, if
I've
it's not
heard-
in I'm going to Urban Dictionary. If it's not in there,
Being chopped. Yeah, it's being high.
I looked up chopped.
I bet it doesn't. Chopped is like car lingo.
No.
A girl or boy that's ugly. Aussie slang for getting beaten in a car race.
That's what I meant.
ugly, to get something wrong, messed up, fucked up.
Yeah, you chopped that definition.
But wait, the fifth definition, being high as a kite.
Oh.
Oh
That's-
wait. But then they spelt it wrong. Then they spelt it chopped, but then the sentence, like the example
Mhm.
sentence, says, "Damn, I just got chooped."
The person who
sounds
wrote
like-
it was chopped.
Which sounds like slang for like another race getting one over on you.
Yeah, I got chooped.
I got chooped. You know by who?
Yeah, a Chinese Jew. I got chooped.
Oh, damn. Only in the wintertime in Florida, baby. You get chooped.
You can get chooped real hard. You're like, what?
Damn, dude.
But I can tell when he's high, because when he's drunk, he
Getting
just
chooped is going to a Chinese place on Christmas because you're Jewish.
Oh, did Jews go? Did they do that?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
like a very common thing.
yeah. That's
So more about your dad being chooped?
yeah. When he's chooped up, I can fucking hear, because when he's
Chooped up and dripped out. Know what I'm talking about?
because when he's drunk, he doesn't make sense, but like it's a constant flow. But when he's high, he'll just be like, "Yeah, we started to watch the game at like 7." And then he'll pause, and then I'll be like, "Oh, and then he'll be like, "And then your mom cooked," and like in the middle of me talking, I'm like, "Stop!" Like,
Sounds like this podcast.
yeah, yeah.
Sounds like us being like, so I had this thought, and then take one breath, and then somebody's like, I had another one. That's his entire podcast.
Dude, dads have the worst like phone and text etiquette though. I tried to call my stepdad the other day, and I was in like a restaurant that had like no service. So the call like failed, but then he texted me like 8 times like, "Did you butt dial me? Did you mean to call me?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't butt dial you. Like I meant to call you." And he was just like freaking out that the call failed. I'm like, "I'll call you back when I leave this restaurant." And he's like, "Did you mean to?" And then I call him and he's like, "Hey, did you mean to call me earlier, buddy?" I'm like, "Yes."
Oh my God,
I
yes,
meant to
I
fucking
did.
call you.
Dude, my dad will call me all the time from the car, and I'll be on speaker, and he'll be
Oh.
like, he's a contractor, so he'll be with like workers, and he'll just be like, "Hey, son, what's up? Hey, just so you know, you're on speaker, and Randy, Javier, and Jack are in the car. Anyways, how'd that rash ever end? It's like, hey guys, and they're like, hey, hola, or
Hey
whatever,
guys,
you
how's
know.
it going?
My
You want to
dad-
hear about my rash?
My
Yeah.
dad's
Dude,
no, you
my
go.
the worst is when like your girl is on a long road trip. So
Oh.
she's like, "I'm just gonna call. Can you talk to me for 2 hours?"
I'm
and
getting
you're like,
sleepy.
No,
Shut up.
I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah.
Turn a song on. Go get some coffee.
Roll
Like,
the windows down, get a cup of coffee, and fucking man up.
yeah, deal
dude.
with it. Like I'm getting sleepy. It's like, how long until you're where you're supposed to be? An hour and a half. I'm not gonna stay on the phone with you for an hour and
The
a half.
only way I stay on the phone with somebody for an hour and a half is an accident. It's never like, hey, I got an hour and a half
Yeah,
to kill.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
this was genuinely such
good conversation.
convo
Also, it's like,
that
were
I
you
didn't
enjoying
realize.
me not being home and you can watch whichever movie you want to watch? We don't have to compromise. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Let's put
Talk
an
to
end to
me
that.
for 90 minutes.
And the talk, it's just like, so yeah, I don't know, maybe like, when I get there, I think tomorrow, I'm just gonna go to bed when I get there, and then tomorrow maybe we're gonna get up early and probably go to brunch, and then I think my sister wants me to try like her. She goes to this like class at her gym, and I think I'm gonna join her. It's like I don't what
Oh, God.
I don't care.
I
don't
you
care.
Know, a conversation's going bad, and somebody goes, "Yeah, I don't know. It's just like oh, you don't know? Stop talking then.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep this.
We can
going.
end this.
Yeah.
I think
If
I
you
might
don't
go
know,
to my sister's class at her gym, and then maybe we'll get lunch. I don't know. It's like
Jeff hates it.
Oh, it's insane. Why would you? Why you wouldn't? If you were in front of me, you wouldn't be talking like this.
You
know
see
I
a
don't care.
therapist, dude.
Ugh, this is my therapy. Comedy's my therapy.
God.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and the only time that I've ever been to
No.
church, this could be a bit, but the only time that I've ever been to church is when a lady's made me go. I've never once. Have you ever went to church?
You got
because you're-
pussy whipped into church.
Yes.
That's hilarious. You got pussy whipped into the Lord.
Yeah.
Pussy so wild, I be going to church and shit. Man, y'all ever had that pussy got you so crazy you be singing hymns and shit?
It's like I've never once been like, let's go to church. It's always been a lady that's made me.
Pussy got me praying.
My dad didn't make me go to church. My mom did.
Oh, your dad's pussy sucks.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
dude, my dad does have some fucking terrible pussy, dude.
Dude, I've always said that. I'm like, Josh's dad's pussy
Dude, Michael has
sucks.
fucking whack pussy.
What?
Michael.
Yeah, that's my
That's his
father's
dad's
name.
Oh, is that
which
your
I
dad's
just
name?
learned
Mike.
today.
Mikey.
Yeah, but what's that short for?
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
Nobody calls him Michael though. That's
I
weird.
do when I'm in that fucking pussy that he has.
Michael.
Yeah.
When my mom gets mad at him, Michael.
I actually call him my little slut when I'm in there.
Mike,
Say
little slut. What's up?
Mike Little Pony.
I feel like we're done, right?
Yeah, dude.
I feel like we're out of gas.
Yeah.
We used it all.
You guys ever notice like
See ya.
when
On the
the amount
roaches?
of gas, the price of gas dictates.
I don't want to do this with you.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye. We love you.